Hey everyone, Tate here with IMS, and in this week's how-to video, I want to discuss to you guys about Outlook's mailbox storage, and that, contrary to belief, that your mailbox does have a limit on how much storage it can have, so how many emails you'll be able to receive, and some cool tricks and tips that you can do to help combat that storage. Now, to get us started, we're going to talk about just the different types of storages that are available to you, and this is all based off of your current Microsoft licensing. Depending if you have like an Exchange Online, you'll normally have a 50 gig mailbox. There's some smaller ones of the Exchange Kiosk, I believe has like a 5 gig mailbox. And then there's Exchange Online Plan 2 mailboxes that have 100 gigs. Whatever tier you're at, if you do end up ever hitting up that max storage, it can be brutal for both you and your business because you're no longer going to be able to receive email. Clients are going to get bounce back notifications saying that you're no longer being able to receive email, which could put distress both onto you and onto the client. So a couple cool tips and tricks that you can do to help minimize that effect is one, to actually know what your full mailbox size is at. I'm going to be showing you guys in the latest Outlook experience. It might be a little bit different if you're on older platforms, and I'll try and cover where that should normally be as well, but I'll show it for everyone here going forward in the current Outlook experience. So to do that, all you got to do is simply go up to File here, and then once you get into your account information here, you're going to go to Mailbox Settings. And right here, if you have a loaded profile, I'll actually show you your total mailbox size right here. So my training account here has a Exchange Online Plan 2 license, which means it has a 100 gigabyte mailbox. And currently right now we have 98.9 gigabytes free of that mailbox. One thing to keep in note when you're looking at your storage size, as you get closer to the end of that capacity, you should be getting emails normally around the 90, 95, and 99% of your mailbox being full. When you receive those emails, I won't lie to you, they don't look like the most convincing emails, and we are all trained to be very weary and delete things that we believe to be spam. But if you do receive these emails, best practice that I would recommend to you is to reach out to your current IT people or us, and then we'll be able to kind of hop on with you and take a look at your mailbox and see if it actually is getting full. If it is getting full, we can try and count some of these quick tips and tricks that I'll show you here today. And if those end up not working, there is an archiving solution that you can do. Works out fairly well, and your IT people can help you set that up, or we can set it up as well if you don't have any IT people. Basically what you can do is set up a retention policy, so after X amount of years, anything older will move into your archive mailbox. All that will do is show up a kind of a second mailbox on the bottom corner here. Normally it'll say in place archive or online archive, and it'll be an exact copy of your current mailbox. Just anything older than that time limit that you decide to set will move down there. That archive is only available when you're online, so if you happen to be offline in an airport or something like that, you won't be able to see those archives until you get back onto the internet, while your normal mailbox will stay the same. Other couple of quick tips and tricks that you can do is you can clean up your folder, and I'll go walk through those steps on there. And other thing I would recommend too is don't treat your deleted as extra storage. If you move something into your deleted, I would recommend flushing out that folder as often as you can. And I'll show you kind of a cool setting on there that will basically flush out your mailbox every time you close your Outlook program. But we're going to start with the cleanup option. What you're going to do is you're going to click on your folder that you want to clean up, and this can be a subfolder on here as well under inbox if you have a folder structure created. And from there you should see an option that'll say cleanup folder. When you do that, you're going to get another extra message here saying, hey, are you sure that you want to go ahead and clean up this folder? If you hit cleanup, it'll start doing its thing. If you hit cancel, it'll back out of it. I normally recommend hitting settings when you do it for the first time, because it'll bring you to the mail section here, and then if you scroll down, you'll see the cleanup folder kind of section. From here you can kind of dictate what happens when you click on that cleanup button. You can have it go to a different folder, so maybe there's a specific folder that you want that to go, and then you go revalidate that folder before you hit the delete button. or you can just have it set up to be default to go to your delete. From there, you can also have it set up to instantly clean subfolders, so you can just click inbox and it'll do all your folders. That would not affect if you have already a subfolder and you just simply clicked on the subfolder. And then you can tell it to move certain specific things, or not to move other things. So if you have categorized items, flagged items, anything that's signed, if a message has been replied to, you won't move the original one. So basically what that will do is, I'll kind of show you this in this example here. I have this conversation thread between me and training, where basically I just emailed them and said, hey there. They said hi, and then I responded with how are you, and then that's great to hear. And so what that basically does is every time you have an email, someone responds to it, it creates a thread or a conversation. The beauty of that is that the latest one will actually have a chain of all the old emails, so you don't necessarily need to have every single mailbox of the updated thread. So if I hit right click and go cleanup folder, and I hit cleanup folder, what it's going to do, it's going to cycle through and clean up anything, all those conversations that I have, and bring them to the most original one that has the full conversation. So if you see here, I just have the latest email, and it's going to have the full thread in there for me. So I still have all that information, but it also deleted 4 emails for me. Not a best example here since it is a training account, but you can see how effective that would be on a mailbox that's been actively used. Next tip I'm going to show you is how to make sure your delete inbox always recycles out when you close out your Outlook. To do that, you simply go to File, and then from here you can go down to Options. From Options, you want to go down to Advanced, and then from Advanced, you'll see an Outlook Start and Exit. Here you can choose where it actually starts, which folder. Default's going to Inbox, but the big button here you're going to do is Empty Deleted Item Folder when exiting Outlook. Check that and hit OK. We're going to go to my deleted items and see that I have a couple items in here that have been deleted. When I go ahead and close Outlook, it's going to say, hey, are you sure you wanted to permanently delete everything in that folder? And then we'll reopen our Outlook here. And now if we go into our deleted items, boom, everything is gone. So between that quick cleanup option there for you, as well as the remove the deleted items, that'll help keep your mailbox clean and organized for you. But again, if you do need to start looking at that archive option because you've gone through those options and you're still only got a gig or 2 gigs left, reach out to your IT or reach out to us here at info@imsnetworking.com, and we'd love to have a chat about services that we could provide for you and then help make sure those mailboxes stay nice and clean, and maybe in place those archive options there for you. But with that, it's kind of the end of this week's video. If you guys do have any questions, go ahead and email us. If not, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much and take care. Bye now.